Well, it took until Sunday to get back out on the bike again. It was beautiful weather this weekend in the high 70s, but I just didn't have a chance. We spent years on a waiting list for a bigger storage unit, and we finally got it. So we've been moving our stuff over to that storage unit, getting it organized as we go along. So that's what I've been up to this weekend. We're trying to get rid of the old storage unit as fast as we can. So between that and we went to a play Friday night and a play last night, that one was up north, and so we didn't get home until super late. So we both slept in. So that means we got started later. So I only have 2 hours for this ride. Kind of sad because I really wanted to ride this weekend. So between the time I ate lunch yesterday and the time we were supposed to leave for the play, it was about 2 hours, and I was all set to go for a bike ride. But then I felt the tiredness hit me, and I was like, I'm gonna probably regret going for a ride instead of taking a nap. Because I already knew we were gonna be awake a lot later than I have been. So, hated to do it, but I went to bed and I took a nap. And I was very glad I did by the time we got home at midnight. I spent about 45 minutes looking for my fingerless gloves today. Couldn't find them anywhere. So I'm just wearing these ripped gloves since I don't have the real ones. This is the coolest gloves I have besides those. I really hope I can find them soon. I bought a new pair of shorts in November with the Black Friday sale, and since it was chillier, I've been wearing them either with tights over top or with leg warmers. And so it wasn't until last week when I realized that they're shorter than the ones I've been wearing for years. It reminds me of the spring of 2000 when I bought a new pair of shorts. And I thought they looked a little short on the rack. I didn't try them on. But I was like, it'll be all right. And the first time I wore them, I ended up going for a century, 100-mile ride. And it was not a good thing. They were, I'd say, about 6 inches shorter than my other shorts were that I had been using up to that point. And that 6 inches got sunburned. Was not expecting to do a 100-mile ride that day. Just happened. And I hadn't put any sunscreen on it or anything on my legs. And I knew I was getting sunburned while I was on the ride, but there wasn't anything I could do about it at that point. What I didn't understand was how bad it was. I had to go to the doctor the next day. It was so painful. Rock hard, super red and hot. I had gotten sun poisoning, which I'd never even heard of before. So that's what it reminds me of. So I will not be wearing these shorts for a really long ride for the first time. I'm gonna build up to it. I'll do 20-mile rides with them for a while. See my tan line from my previous bike shorts and my white line. I've really been prioritizing sleep over everything else this week, other than work, of course. And so I haven't done much of anything besides work and sleep, and it's a drag. We've got some people up ahead on some e-bikes, but they're going pretty slow, so I think I might actually be able to catch them, getting in on them. I caught them, I passed them. It's the first time I've passed another person on a bike in a long time. They were going really slow, so it wasn't hard, but still, it's the first person or people I've passed in a very long time. I think this is the year I'm gonna have to replace my shoes. I bought them in 2009 and they've been getting loose and the soles are not nearly as stiff as they used to be. So I was trying to pull up on the pedal stroke like I'm cleaning the back of my shoes off and really pulling up at the top and pushing down with the other leg. Well, listen to what it sounds like, because my shoes are just so, the fabric of my shoes are so loose now. This is what it sounds like when I try that. Because the fabric is so loose that when I pull my foot up, oh, I've got grease on my face. Oh well. When I pull my foot up, it stretches the shoe and it pulls the, I guess the cleats aren't very tight either, because it pulls the cleat up a little bit. Completely stays connected to the pedal, but there's just some play in there, I guess. And it makes the clack, clack, clack sound because the metal of the cleat's hitting the pedal as it moves up and down. Maybe it's my cleats that are worn out more than my shoes, I don't know. But my feet are definitely moving off the sole of the foot when I do that. Got some spring colors coming in. So pretty. So glad spring's here. Well, we didn't get a lot of snow this winter, but we got enough to get some spring runoff coming down. See a rock truck, or marmot. They're marmots, but we call them rock trucks around here. Hasn't screamed. And then in the field behind it, there's some deer. There's actually a ton of deer in the background. There's some more further down the road. I wonder how many antlers these farmers find in their fields once they start getting out there in the spring. These side-by-sides just scared these guys away. One was on the edge of the road. I was worried they were going to run away into the road, because that's usually what they do when they see me. That yellow tree, I love that tree. Oh, there goes some deer. Oh. Little family of 3. They plowed their field over here, so there's nothing for the deer. They really congregated here this winter. But in a few weeks, I'm sure there'll be enough to start nibbling on. So, this house burnt down, 2 months ago, 1.5 months ago. I can't believe they weren't planning on building right away. The garage level was fine, but everything above it was not. That is a lot of work. That road there is, when I'm going south, how I start my rides every time, because it's the road I live off of. I'm just higher up the hill. I'll see you next time. Get outside, go enjoy the weather. Just drove home after my bike ride. I park at the beginning of our subdivision. And I'm gathering cats, locking them in for the night. And I'm looking for one more cat, and I walked outside. And this is what I see. Gorgeous.